Oh boy, drug home another. Picked this thing up the other day. It is tiny little thing. I think it's only 42 inches wide. Had an Onan in it. I got the engine for it, but it's missing some pieces. I believe I have another engine for it. We're gonna go look today. Pretty much have everything else. I think there's a hydraulic coupler in there that I'm missing. A fuel tank, and then there's one more. This quick coupler for this front bucket is missing as well. But hour meter, let's see if I can get in there. 275 hours. I mean, all the hydraulic hoses are in good shape on it. It was parked indoors. Got decent tires and stuff on it. I believe it's about a 1980, and looked it up. It said L700. It's 700 pound capacity, lifting capacity is what it is. So I'll there's Buddy. I'll get it cleaned up, try to get that engine today, and start playing around with this thing. See if we can't get it going, see if we can't get it to run. Alright, so this is the original engine here out of the skid steer. I think it's an 18 or a 20 horse. I don't really know. We just got this guy here, but loaded it up, bring it home, and it says it's a 23 horse. And it doesn't look like it has an electric starter on it at all. So I'm gonna go see about another engine right now. If not, I got a Kohler engine we can put on it. Alright, give her a little bath here. It's still got some crud on her here. I'm gonna have to probably spray some diesel on it. Try to cut that stuff with something else. Something a little more aggressive than Purple Power. But I can actually see down in here now. It's pretty clean. Still has a key in it. Seems to work. Choke. Probably gonna need a choke cable. Throttle cable's working, even though it's not hooked to anything, of course. Engage, disengage. To play with that. I think this is all the lube, so there's pumps down inside, and the chains, all the chain drive, all that stuff is in there. But you can look at the pedals on this thing. It doesn't have hardly any hours on it at all. I mean, it's got a little bit of paint taken off right at the bottom, but that gives you an idea how much this thing was used. And the levers feel real nice. I don't know why that's moving down there. There's a bolt missing or something there. Somebody started pulling this thing apart for some reason, and no, I believe it just had engine troubles, but so that attachment's missing there too, so I'm probably gonna have to build that. But I got an engine lined up. I'll go get the other machine this week and harvest its organs for this little guy, and we should have her running pretty quick here. Well, she's a flying skid steer. Got her off the trailer, got her off the cart. I'll set her on down, see if the tires hold air. Probably have to put some, and it probably fill them full of water, give it a little more weight. Keep going. All right, another day here. I didn't want to work on this thing on the ground because it is awful low. So we said, screw it. Boy and I grabbed one side, threw it in the truck. So got this plate that goes across here. I got to build a fuel tank. Sits in that pocket there. I'll have an outlet that comes up. It's got to have a Lovejoy coupling that couples the engine straight to this guy, and then it has the belt, V-belts. So there's another pulley that goes on here, so that the new engine that I got has a 1-inch shaft on it rather than the 1.125" the original Onan had, and it was missing this Lovejoy coupler altogether. So I got those today. We also got this guy. This guy should be a good little engine for that. It was in a Cub Cadet side-by-side that a buddy of mine had, and he gave me. And he said it was a runner. It's been sitting for a little bit, but it should be. I believe the Onan was either a 16 or an 18 horse, so this should be plenty adequate for it. But I got me a Lovejoy, and then we ended up getting a new taper lock for this pulley. So today's the day. We'll try to stab this engine in there. I have all the belts and stuff for it too, but I'm sure I'm going to need to re-drill the bolt pattern on the bottom to get this thing to bolt in there. But I wanted it up off the ground so we can get to working on it easy. And I'm still going to have to build the exhaust and stuff for it. It's nothing, none of that stuff's going to line up, of course. So, but we'll get going on her. Alright, went ahead and hit that with a little sandpaper, clean that shaft up. I'm going to put my favorite stuff on it here. Make it easy to come apart later. You can kill it. Alright, I got this little rubber spider. It goes in there. And then we'll set the engine up here and see if we can't get it to connect. Alright, so instead of trying to adjust that depth of that pulley when it's in there, I'm going to measure off of these pulleys here. It should give me the depth that I need. What is that, about 2 1/4? 2 1/4 it looks like. So now, hold that. Ooh, that thing's got to go way in. No, it's almost there. Shit, actually, it's right on the money. Yeah. No, it's right on the money. Okay, so all we got to do is tighten this up. We'll clean that pulley up a little bit before we put it in there. We'll set it up in there. There we go. Oh, we gotta go up quite a bit. Can't really tell. If I can't see it at all, I'm just feeling here. That's it right there. I can tell. Yeah, that's her. That's pretty damn close. Okay. That's her. It is hard to see. We stuck some, had to come up 1 1/4 inches, so we stuck some metal underneath there to space it up. Got to build a plate. It's more permanent. But from what I can tell, it looks okay. We have sufficient clearance for everything. So we're working on that lower mount. Wife's coming with some hardware, so we'll see what we can do. Try to get this thing bolted in. All right, so I chopped up some material I had. Taking this up now, making our new fuel tank. Should fit in the back pretty nicely. So anybody looking to do exhaust on an engine like this, you got to reverse it, get it to come out the other side. What I've done in the past is grab you a bar stool. Lots of good bends in it. That's right, there's just the correct size. I've made a couple different exhausts this way. So this exhaust here, I believe this, if I remember correctly, I think these were Freightliner Columbia mirror brackets is what I butchered to make the exhaust on this guy. And it's pretty much the same type of situation. The muffler was on the back side of the engine and it needed to be on the front side there. So pretty much the same thing we're doing with the skid steer. But this is another example. I got one more too. Yeah, it's a little grainy here. This is kind of dark. But this is piping from another bar stool here. I did that on the little Kubota exhaust going into a little Honda 50 muffler here. But this is all bends out of another bar stool. Anything you can use to repurpose if it's already bent, heck, you don't have to bend it. Chop chop. Oh yeah, that's gonna fit perfect. A little trim. Look how nicely that fits. Oh yeah, that'll be good. That ought to work. Clean enough. Yeah. Little bar stool action. Alright, well, I should have been filming more of this, but I kind of got excited and started going gung-ho on it. And I did get it to run, but it was having trouble driving around. Hydraulic fluid was a little low, so I got some hydraulic fluid. Changed that filter. I found I had a broken chain, roller chain, on this right-hand side. So I had another chain. I went ahead and replaced that. And it's all good, so I buttoned the floor back up here. But I started playing around with the auxiliary hydraulics, and this 4-lever here was not returning properly, and I figured out why here. So I got this thing apart. This cap was right here. Goes in this center spool. However, there was nothing right here. And that's what that spring right there pushes back against. So I'm missing this cap, and I dug all around on the bottom of it and stuff. I can't find it in there anywhere. So I guess I get to sit down and make me a cap, because I don't know where I'm going to find that cap. I don't even know where to start. I go to a hydraulic shop and start hunting, but for just a stupid cap like this, like, I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to sit down and make one. So I'll try to film a little bit of that and see what we can do. Alright, dug through my shit here. Found that piece. I don't know what it is. It's just steel. I couldn't find any stainless. I wanted stainless. Easier to machine. Oh well. So this thing's got this little centered bronze filter in the end of it. Would you look at that? I happen to have some. Alright, I got threads cut. Seems to thread in there well, so we'll keep going with it. Alright, got a little hex there. Alright. So this thing's a little loose. We'll set it in there. Tighten it right up. We'll trim that off. There we go. I get to put all that back together. So what I came up with for our quick connect. This is a modern standard mini skid steer coupling. It's a lot shorter than the original that this machine came with, but it's definitely wider, and I think it's a lot heavier duty. The stuff that was there was pretty light gauge, but this will standardize it. And I will have to add some gussets and stuff in there. I got to do some more in here, add an edge, and then I got to add my quick pins here too. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do on that just yet. I will have to figure that out. And then these pins are only temporary too. I'll have to get some good pin material, and I'm going to weld these collars directly on, but I need to come up with some sort of retainment system, which I also haven't decided what I'm going to do just yet, but I'll probably do something like they're using up top here with a 1/4 inch bolt on one side, just to keep it all standard. But it does run. It has little issues here and there. The thing I need to do for it, I still got to get this intake tube. I got to get something to come from here up to this guy here. I thought I was sly and I aligned it all to go straight from this one, and then I realized no, that's the inlet, you dummy. This is the one I need to attach to. But if I move it over, I won't be able to get the air filter out of it, so it's where it's going to be. I'm just going to have to modify the hose instead. So I'll have to get some more videos of this thing running. We'll try to do some work with it at a later point, but I figure at least get to this point, and yeah, there she is. Thanks for watching.